Welcome to the Writers Weekly Podcast, a forum geared toward the writing enthusiast and those who want to make money from their writing. I'm Brian Whidden, managing editor of Writers Weekly, and I'll be your host along with Angela Hoy, the creator of Writers Weekly and president and CEO of BookLocker.com, a full-service book publishing company. Whether you want to learn how to become a professional writer, how to find writing gigs, or even publish your own book, then you come to the right place. We'll be discussing all kinds of topics relating to the writing and publishing industries. Don't forget, you can also click over to writersweekly.com. There, you'll find not only thousands of articles about professional writing, you can also find current paying markets and job listings to help you boost your writing career and even your bottom line. But for now, let's get on to this episode of the Writers Weekly Podcast. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Writers Weekly Podcast. I'm Brian Whidden, your host, and I'm here with Angela Hoy, who is the owner-operator of BookLocker.com and the creator of Writers Weekly. Hello, Angela.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. Today's episode number 49, this is going to be... we're still kind of having fun with our episodes right now. We're trying not to delve into too much serious stuff, but this is one, I guess this is almost kind of a pet peeve episode.
Yeah.
It's going to be about authors who argued with Angie before, during, and after getting scammed.
Yeah, y'all are going to like this.
All these victims' names have been changed for obvious reasons.
Right.
So what's the number one rule everybody learned when growing up?
Let me think. Don't talk to strangers.
Well, there you go. There you go. However, we hear from a lot of authors and writers who decide to talk to a stranger.
Yeah.
And a lot of them will come to us before they give somebody some money. And they'll ask us, do you think this is a scam? Yeah. And then the story just goes downhill from there, and it leaves you asking, why in the hell did you ask us in the first place if you weren't going to listen to us?
Well, and we don't charge authors anything to research scammers.
We don't. It's free of charge.
Yeah, free of charge.
Yep.
And we're able to, when we get those reports and we research those companies, we're able to alert other authors.
Yep.
So when authors contact us and ask us to research something, they're actually, if it is a scammer, and 99% of the time it is, we're able to share that information with other potential victims.
Yeah. So why don't we go on with, let's see, story number 1.
Wilma. Again, these are not the real authors' names. It's because most of them are very embarrassed. Well, some of them. Mm-hmm. Wilma contacted us after getting upset with Amazon KDP. She said she didn't get all the services she paid for. And they were asking for another $200, but that didn't make any sense because Amazon KDP doesn't sell any services. You
sign up, you load up your book, and that's it.
Well, most authors have to pay third parties to format their covers and their books to Amazon KDP specs.
Yeah.
Now,
but Amazon KDP doesn't charge that.
Right. One thing we need to interject with, though, Amazon KDP has countless complaints about them online.
Yes.
We've covered that heavily, and we will put links to that under this episode as well. writersweekly.com/podcast, episode 49. So right when she said $200, I'm like, So I let her know she wasn't dealing with the real Amazon KDP. In fact, Amazon is the most trademark infringed company name by publishing scammers. They use a variety. They say Amazon, they say KDP. Yeah. They use a variety of different terms. Some of them even use the word Prime.
But they know full well that if they just put the word Amazon up there, people won't dig any deeper.
Mm-hmm. And they'll use Amazon's colors and Amazon's logos and everything. So she didn't know she was dealing with an imposter. As I spent the afternoon going back and forth with her by email, because these are never just a one and two email exchange, right? I was offering her advice on how to get her money back, how to get a real publishing contract. And then she emailed me back. She just abruptly cut me off. And she said Rob had called her again, Rob with Amazon KDP, and convinced her he's not a scammer. She told him what I said. Yeah. And she said he convinced me he's not a scammer. I went ahead and sent him the $200. And I'm just like, you just wasted so much of my time today. I was trying to save you, and you just flushed another $200 down your toilet. Anyway, She did thank me and tell me she'd contact me again in the future if she needs me. And you know what? When authors do that, I send them a link to our 11 ways to tell if it's a scammer.
Yeah.
And that article, and I let them do the rest of the research themselves because she wasted a tremendous amount of my time today, and I wanted to smack her. So.
Now, had she sent any more? You said asking for yet another $200.
Yeah,
here.
she had spent another $400 or $500. I can't remember, $400 or $500. She had already sent
so
to
she had
the
already
scammer.
sent them some money. They wanted more money,
and she was upset with them. Her email was pretty detailed because they hadn't done any of the work yet, and he said he would get it done right away, and of course, well.
That's a pretty good indicator that you're dealing with a scammer. If they quote you a price, and then you pay them to do the work, and then they come back before anything's done and say, "Oh, we need more money to do the work," you're probably dealing with
it's a scammer. Yeah,
because any reputable company will either do the work and then you pay them, or they're going to tell you up front what that work's going to cost.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way they're going to jack up the price is if you ask for more services.
Right.
And even then they're going to say, okay, you want this, this, and this. That's extra, and that's going to cost you this.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't just come up back to you out of the blue and say, oh, wait a minute, we need another $200 to finish the project.
Well, that was this one. They needed another $200 to finish, which was beyond the original quote. But usually they'll say, we're still working on your editing, or we're still working on your cover design, but you really need an ISBN, and that's going to cost you $500, which is ridiculous. Because you can get one of your own for $125, or you get a batch of 10 for $200-something from R.R. Bowker. BookLocker buys ISBNs in lots of 1,000, and we get them for $2 each. Even when authors sign up for our DIY program, we don't charge them extra to assign a BookLocker ISBN. But there was one today. They were quoting her $1,200 for copyright registration. And she was trying to come up with the money to pay them that one last payment. They told her, oh, we forgot to tell you, you need copyright registration.
$1,200 for copyright registration.
If you go to the Library of Congress website and do it yourself. Now, it is an antiquated website because it's the government, but you can do it yourself, and the cost is $65, not $1,200.
Yeah.
What a scam. And the fact is they were never going to register her copyright anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
$1,200.
I know it.
Good Lord. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about a gentleman named Gene.
Well, not really his name.
But we're calling him Gene. Gene was previously scammed by Genre Library Solutions, who ended up ghosting him. So I assume they created a book for him, at least so they said.
So they said.
And they aren't paying him any royalties.
Yeah.
So, and we had previously exposed Genre Library Solutions as a scammer on one of our Writers Weekly articles. Mm-hmm. Well, Gene said, well, I've decided to go use Ingram Spark instead.
Now, Ingram Spark also has a ton of complaints about them online.
Do.
You can no longer contact anybody on the phone. You get put into a customer service pool. There are numerous complaints, countless complaints online of authors waiting days or weeks for a response from them. I read a woman yesterday. She ordered copies of her book 4 weeks ago, and they still haven't shipped. So anyway, go ahead.
Well, Gene fell for one of the old tricks out there on the internet, and that's these scammers pretending to be somebody that they're not. Mm-hmm. So he apparently went to one of the first websites he saw that said Ingram Sparks.
Yeah.
Clicked on it, and it turns out to be one of those impersonators.
Let me break in for a second.
Go ahead.
I was searching for something on Google the other day, and the first thing that popped up was an ad for Ingram Spark, and it quoted a price, and I knew that was fake, and it was another impersonator pretending to be Ingram Spark. And I do contact Ingram Spark when I find these, and they have those quickly shut down. But this guy had run into yet another Ingram Spark impersonator.
Ingram Sparks doesn't offer publishing services. What do they offer? What do they do?
They refer you to third-party services if you need help. All they do is get your book on the market.
So Part of the message you sent, Angie, was definitely a red flag. He said they will put my books up onto Amazon and Barnes and Nobles and remove the Genre Library Solutions listings. Now, Angie, why is that a problem?
Well, Ingram Spark doesn't offer publishing services. They refer authors to third-party services if you need help with cover design, interior formatting, etc. They're just basically a printing and distribution company. Okay.
So they would not. They could get his books up on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, but they're not going to go through removing
the Genre Library Solutions listings. Yes, they're not going to do that. That's not a service they offer. Yeah.
So what else went on with Gene there?
So I asked him, which website did you use for them? I told him, there's a lot of Ingram Spark impersonators online now. I notify Ingram Spark when I find them and let them know as a courtesy because they are located in the United States. And Gene responded, I'm sorry you told me this because if this has happened to me again, I'm finished. I can't continue beyond this because now he's been scammed twice.
Yeah.
And again, we already had a warning about Genre Library Solutions on our website. It's been up for a long time.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So when an author answers a scammer's phone call or responds to their email or responds to them on social media, the scammers then share or sell the author's information to other scammers, and those are considered very valuable contacts because if you've been scammed once, there's a good chance you're going to get contacted by another scammer because they've already marked you as a valuable target that can be scammed.
If you simply respond to the email or answer your phone when it's an unknown phone number or call them back when they leave a spam message on your phone, that gets you added to the list.
Yeah.
In fact, I would bet no author who's been published listening to this podcast has not received these scam emails and phone calls. Yeah. And if you respond to one, they're just going to increase at an extremely high rate, and you're just going to get them bombarded by scammers. Don't talk to strangers.
Unfortunately, some of the scammers' favorite targets, which are elderly people,
yes,
still live in their own minds in a world where the phone rings, you just answer it.
Right.
And you'll find out who it is when you answer it.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas most of us who were young enough growing up with our smartphones will look at that screen, and if it's not one of our contacts that pops up or if it's not a number we recognize, we just don't even answer. Just let it go to voicemail.
Right.
If it's important enough, they'll leave a message.
Yeah, it's always a scam anyway. Yeah.
I actually, as you know, we've had a lot of back and forth going on with some important business going on in Florida down in the St. Lucie County area.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a 772 area code.
Yeah.
And I saw that I had a missed call from a 772 number,
mm-hmm.
but there was no voicemail. Well, because I had already been calling and talking to several people at 772 area code, I decided to call it back because I didn't want to miss any information that I needed.
Right.
And I call, there's a pickup, there's a voice that like says one syllable. I can't even understand what they're saying. Then it just cuts off. Just like that. Beep, off. So I thought maybe the person dropped the phone or whatever. Let me call them.
Right.
Called them back. Exact same thing. Picks up one syllable, cuts off.
Yeah.
So now my number's probably on somebody's list.
You're already on a few lists.
Or it was already on a list and somebody realized, wow, he's doing a lot of conversing with 772 numbers. Let's call him from one of those. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, nobody offered me any services. Nobody talked to me. I don't know why they just kept hanging up when I called them, but
maybe their scammer thing was broken for the day.
Maybe, possibly.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Also, scammers will call you from VoIP numbers, and they can actually make it from your same area code to make you think it's somebody local.
Now, for those of you who do not know what VoIP is, it is Voice over Internet Protocol.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Basically, it's getting your voice, transmitted over the internet. And it's no big deal today, but it was, decades ago, it was a little difficult, and that's why they came up with that acronym via, Voice over Internet Protocol, because it required some special coding to make all that happen, and now it's nothing. But a lot of these VoIP systems now, you can dream up a phone number and then plug it into the computer and then just use it. And you can change it to whatever you want. So, yeah. Okay.
People might be curious about what's going on in Florida. And Brian's mother isn't doing too well, so we're going to go visit her in the next month or so.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about someone named Frazier, not their real name. And this is an older gentleman.
Yeah.
Frazier got scammed by a bad actor we had previously featured on Writers Weekly. Through threats of additional exposure, we helped Frazier get some of his money back. Then we felt sorry for him. Again, he's a senior citizen, so we published his book for free.
Mm-hmm. And after all that, we thought he was fully schooled on how to avoid scammers, but no. A few weeks later, he told me he'd paid $1,000 for press releases to be distributed via email to 10,000 outlets. Of course, that never happened, and his money was gone. And then the scammer ghosted him. But he was on a list. They kept coming after him. I once again told him, do not send money to anyone without talking to me first. Well.
So it was just a few weeks later, Frazier contacted us again.
Poor Frazier.
He had, quote unquote, hired someone to build a Wikipedia page for him, which I believe you can do that free of charge on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
And he spent $1,500 for this person to build a Wikipedia page for him. And, of course, the service never happened.
Yeah.
And Frazier still doesn't have a Wikipedia page.
Mm-hmm.
He finally got the hint, though, and started asking us about all the other emails and phone calls that he was receiving. Everything he asked Angie about was indeed a scam. Literally 100% of the emails and phone calls he was receiving were from scammers.
He was on a lot of lists.
Yeah. The good news is, finally, after several months and after getting scammed 3 times, he stopped sending money to strangers.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a fact of life now that the majority of offers you're going to see online, especially if they contact you, are going to be scams.
Yeah. Anybody who's spammers or scammers. Always remember that.
There's literally more scam publishing companies out there than there are real ones.
And the legitimate companies, they're doing such good business because they are legitimate. They're not reaching out to authors on social media.
Yep.
They're not spamming authors. They're not calling them on the phone. It's just legitimate companies aren't doing that. So let's move on to Eternally Hopeful Harry.
Good name.
Thanks. You know who I'm talking about. Harry published several books with BookLocker. After his most recent book was published, he wrote to me asking for my advice on a movie deal he'd just been offered. And, it takes me like 5 minutes to look at these things. Well, of course, everybody who emails someone about a movie deal is a scam. That's not how the industry works, okay? So I explained to him how the movie industry really works. And if it's a real movie deal, authors do not pay for screenwriters or anything else. If anybody offers you a movie deal and you have to pay even 1 penny, it's a scam. Unfortunately, since Harry had responded to the first scammer, he was contacted by another one and another one and another one. So every time they contacted Harry, he would contact me and send me the information. So Harry eventually ended up sending us details about 7 movie deals he'd been offered. And then he started getting testy with me. Here we go. The people that argue with me when I'm like, it's a scam, it's a scam. He insisted there was no way all these were scams. One of them had to be legitimate. He was being promised hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars in income once these movies were released. But of course, he had to pay thousands up front, tens of thousands up front. Yeah. This happens all the time. His ego got in the way of his common sense.
Well, and greed.
Yeah.
You get hungry for that money.
And at that point, honestly, I was getting tired of doing the research for him.
Yeah.
I'd already taught him all the ins and outs of how this works. And he just kept getting these emails and kept bothering me, okay? That's what it was.
So the final straw was the biggest offer he got, and he was about to pay $50,000 for a fake Fox media movie deal. He was humble enough to call once or contact us and ask our advice once again. It was a very elaborate scam. We had published an article about it along with a podcast episode because that fake deal showcased exactly how these scams work.
Yeah.
And we can put the links in under this episode on writersweekly.com/podcast.
Episode 49.
But this was elaborate. This was multiple people working on him and convincing him that there was a screenwriter involved, there was a producer involved, and then there was
the movie company
involved,
a literary agent.
I believe this is the one where they actually had a
Zoom
meeting with him, and they were using AI to have somebody on that screen talking to him.
It looked exactly like the guy at the fake Fox, at the real Fox Media, except that particular employee at Fox Media is in charge of human resources, not in charge of making money. But in the video call, he said it looked just like the guy, and his mouth was moving the right way. He had previously had a Zoom call with another fake movie company, and it was an Indian-looking guy, and his mouth wasn't moving at all when he was talking. So he really thought this was the real deal because the guy's mouth was moving.
Yeah.
In the video, but they can use AI to fake anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. They made it look like it was multiple people. It wasn't.
No, there's probably one person working the whole thing. Yeah.
So it was the fake movie company, the agent, the screenwriter. We reached out to the screenwriter. We found the real guy. I can't remember the TV series he works on. It's a really famous.
I can't remember either.
It's in our article. Anyway, he's this really famous dude in Hollywood. And he actually emailed me back. That was very nice of him because he wanted to protect other people from being scammed. He said his name has been used in several other similar scams, and the fact is they were all the same person using different email addresses. And AI, of course. Unfortunately, we've heard from many authors who've fallen for this scam. One lost over $1 million to the company in the Philippines that suckered 800 plus American authors out of multi-millions of dollars. That was Inocentrics. That's the name of the parent company, but the publishing company was Page Turner Press and Media, and we were exposing them before the guys were arrested. Four of their employees have since been arrested. One is out of jail now. The president of the company pled guilty, has promised to pay $48 million in restitution. However, he only got 33 months in prison. He's already served 15, but there's nothing saying he has to pay back the restitution before he gets out of jail. He's just going to leave, go back to the Philippines, and nobody's going to get any money back. And that's how the American justice system works.
So now we're going to talk about somebody we call Monica.
Yeah.
All right. Monica hired a so-called editor who had contacted her via email. First mistake.
Right.
She sent the editor a down payment, but hadn't yet received a portion of her edited manuscript back. And the editor was asking for more money.
Common scam.
So Monica contacted us. Angie told her it was a scam, begged her not to send the so-called editor any more money.
You know, they do that all the time. Please, please, please do not send them money until you hear back from me. Do not.
And some listen and some don't.
Yep.
So, who'd that turn out to be, Angie?
Well, I told her, look, don't do it. It's somebody in Nigeria, Pakistan, or the Philippines who is in no way qualified to edit your English language book. She couldn't stand the thought of losing her down payment of $1,500. And she insisted to me that the editor was real. If that was the true case, why did she contact me in the first place? Okay, let's talk about the psychology of people who know they're being scammed or suspect they are. And when you confirm they're being scammed, they refuse to believe us.
Then they don't want to believe it.
I don't understand it.
Yeah. Doesn't make a lot of sense. They contacted us for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they were convinced the whole time that this is a real person, that they wouldn't have contact us asking, do you think this is a scammer?
But then we tell them, yes, we confirm.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
And then they argue with us and try to tell us they're not being scammed.
Here's an open invitation if we have any psychologists out there, or if you know a psychologist,
Yeah.
now we can't pay you, but we would be happy to have you on as a guest on this podcast to help us explain to our listeners what's going on in people's minds
Yeah.
when they seek help. They get the answers they were looking for, then they don't want to believe the person that they're talking to.
It's almost like they just shut their brain down and think, I can't stand that I just lost $1,500, so I'm not going to believe that I just lost that
choose to
money.
believe something that's completely fine. Yes,
Right.
yes. Help us understand if there, like I said, any psychologist, psychiatrist, anybody out there that deals with mental health that can help us understand this phenomenon.
Yeah.
We would love to have you on as a guest here on the Writers Weekly podcast. So
Yeah, that would be great.
reach out to us.
Mm-hmm.
Angela at booklocker.com.
Yep, that. Or Angela at writersweekly.com.
Or Angela at
Either one.
writersweekly.com.
Yeah.
That's right. Or you can click on the comments button on below this episode
Right.
on Writers Weekly, writersweekly.com/podcast.
That's a mouthful,
Episode
isn't it?
49.
Yeah.
Okay.
The fake editor told Monica that the service included sending only the final product. Mm-hmm. So charges are $1,500 up front, then wants some more money,
Yeah.
and then I'm going to send you the final product later. I've already finished half of it.
Yeah.
Trust me, but I need the second payment now. Yeah. So the editor told her the project would be finished in 2 weeks. 3 weeks later, Monica contacted me frantic.
Mm-hmm.
Her emails to the fake editor were going unanswered. She wanted me to contact the editor to get her money back, and I'm like, we are not in the scam recovery business.
No, there is no recovering.
No, you can't get your money back. Yeah. I really wanted to tell Monica that she should have listened to me in the first place.
I would have. you know me.
Yeah. But, it's really hard sometimes. I mean, for us, I unfortunately had to tell her that her money was long gone.
Mm-hmm.
She sent it to someone far, far away, and she paid using a bank transfer.
Bank transfer. Boy.
Yeah. Legitimate companies accept credit cards. Never, ever. We've said this 1,000 times. Yeah. Never pay using a bank transfer, nor using an online payment service like PayPal.
By the time you send that bank transfer and realize that there's a problem, that money's already been transferred 2 or 3 times over to other accounts.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You'll never get it. It's just
never get
gone.
It back. Nope.
Yeah.
And I hear from so many authors, and they post online, they're so proud of themselves. They've reported the scammer to the FBI. They've reported them to the local sheriff's department. They've reported them to the state attorney general.
Good for you. You're still not getting your money back.
And they never get a response. Yeah. There are millions and millions of scams being reported now every year, and the government just doesn't have enough time. And since the scammers are overseas, they can't be touched by U.S. law enforcement.
You can't do anything.
Not going to happen. Yeah. Martine was contacted by social media by a company promising to promote her book in a variety of ways. She contacted me, and of course, I recognized the company name, and I told her it's a scam. And I always give them a list. This is why they're scammed. Da-dun, 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 da-dun. I didn't hear back from Martine right away, anyway. Mm-hmm. 2 weeks later, she responded. She said the number of services for that price was just too good to pass up. I told her it was a scam. It was a scam company we already had on our website. Mm-hmm. I gave her all the information, but it was just too good of a deal.
If it's too good to be true, it probably is.
She sent $6,000 to someone using a foreign name on PayPal. We cannot make this stuff up. You could not pronounce the name for the life of you, okay? And that person insisted that she use the friends and family method of payment on PayPal. Now, for those of you who weren't born yesterday, if you use the friends and family payment method on PayPal, the recipient is not charged any PayPal fees, and neither are you.
Yeah.
However, you can never get that money back.
Yeah.
There is nothing you can file with PayPal, no request, no complaint. The money is gone. Read the fine print. And she was out that $6,000.
Yeah.
So Martine sent the money and then never heard from the scammer again. Her emails and phone calls went unanswered, as always. This was actually an unusual case because scammers usually keep coming back for more money. They only came after her once, but they took off with her $6,000. They took off and ran. And, and also by then these people have usually closed their PayPal account and just opened up a new one under another foreign name.
This was probably amateur scammer or a startup. And,
Yeah.
And once he got that 6,000, he was happy with that and just took off. Whereas a lot of these guys will get that 6,000 and then they'll find ways to get more money out of you.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll just keep stringing you along until they realize they can't get any more money, and then they'll disappear.
Until you're broke.
Yeah.
It's like the romance scammers.
Well, either you're broke or you refuse to give them any more money.
Right.
But they will keep trying and get more money out of you.
Some of them issue threats.
Yeah.
Threatening to, we've seen it, hijack your website, take control of your bank account, because some authors are dumb enough to give them their bank account information.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, Denise hired a man who spammed her, hired him to edit her book, and wasn't happy with the results of the first 3 chapters. She discussed her concerns with the editor, and he agreed to make the list of corrections she sent to him. However, he was going to charge her an extra $200. Now, that's not how it works. If an editor screws up your book, the editor has to fix it. You don't owe them more money.
Yeah.
Yeah. She got suspicious and contacted Writers Weekly. I asked her for his contact information. She only sent me his email address. I asked for the website and the email address. She only sent me the email address. So, of course, it was a Gmail email address.
Big red
Almost
flag.
all the scammers use Gmail. Legitimate companies do not use Gmail or any other free email address. They use email addresses that are assigned to their domain name for their website. Now, many scammers do use other websites. Other email addresses, but the vast majority use Gmail.
Yeah.
I contacted her again, asking for his website address again. She finally sent it to me. Okay. Yeah. I copied and pasted it from her email into my browser. Non-working website.
Yeah.
Just didn't work. 404. I double-checked her email, made sure I copied and pasted the whole thing. Then I checked the spelling. Sometimes people type in a website address and there's something misspelled. No, it wasn't misspelled. She'd given me another website as well. And so I wrote to her, I said, oh, it's this website, and said also a non-working website. Okay. The fact is, she's dealing with a non-native English speaker in another country who's not qualified to edit English language books.
Yeah, no kidding.
And she only paid him 50% up front, and she's going to have to pay him, just like the last one we talked about, the editor, going to have to pay him all over again, the other 50% before she can get her book back, and it's going to be crap.
Yeah.
It's going to suck. Yeah.
She ought to just cut her losses now if she's still got, copies of her manuscript and just go find
don't send that person just take your $1,500 loss instead of losing $3,000, well, $3,200 at this point. Yeah. But after she came to me and complained about the poor editing job, and she'd sent him the money and was asking for more money, she went ahead and sent him the rest of the money and told me that his website must just be down today.
See, they'll make things up in their own mind.
Right.
Not to have to face the reality. It's amazing.
I know
it's amazing. So a guy named Derek was already knee-deep in a publishing scam when he contacted us. He said he was being offered guaranteed placement on the New York Times bestseller list, which is one of those tricks we have identified as a scam. Nobody can guarantee you anything that your book's going to go on New York Times bestseller list. It doesn't work that way.
You want to hear something funny?
Go ahead.
This author wrote to me yesterday, one of our authors, who had clearly been contacted by scammers in the past.
Yeah.
And she asked me, when's my book going to be on the New York Times bestseller list? I said, you're talking to a legitimate publisher. You've clearly been contacted by scammers in the past. Yeah. We have never promised that to authors because nobody can.
No. Not even some of the bestsellers out there wind up on the New York Times bestseller list because they're not of the proper political persuasion.
Yep.
Okay, so we told him that this was a scam.
Yeah.
We explained that nobody can guarantee you to go on the New York Times bestseller list. Not even traditional publishers in New York can do that.
Yep.
But Derek didn't listen to us.
What a surprise.
He contacted us several months later saying he went ahead and paid the $1,500 because the salesman explained exactly how they could guarantee that. Because, he wouldn't lie to you. Of course, it was a bunch of BS, and Derek didn't listen to us.
Derek's still not listening, yeah.
They continued to sell him other non-existent services. So not only was his book never a New York Times bestseller, but his book never got published in the end.
Yeah, never even published his
He
book.
didn't even get it published. Once he told him he couldn't send them any more money, they just stopped responding to him. And Derek had also used bank transfers, and his money was just gone.
Now think
There's no
about
getting
that.
back.
If you're willing to spend thousands and thousands of dollars just because you think your book's going to be on the New York Times bestseller list, that's an ego thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because do you get any extra money from being on the New York Times bestseller list?
Actually,
New York Times doesn't pay you for that, do they?
last time I read about the statistics, you can sell just 1,500 copies of your book and end up on that list. However, those bestsellers are picked by a board at the New York Times.
Yes.
They're not actually based on sales.
No, they're not based on sales.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, nobody listens to me. You know, it's going on my gravestone someday.
Yeah.
No, I swear. I put it in my paperwork with the lawyers. I want this on my gravestone. Nobody listens to me. Charlie, okay, this is similar to New York Times. Charlie contacted me because the Times Square billboard ad just seemed too good to be true. A scammer we'd already had on our list offered a 15-second clip of his book cover on the Times Square billboard for only $400, and it was on sale. Half price.
Man, what a bargain.
Right. 15 seconds, your cover, Times Square, all those people standing around are rushing to get the subway or something, right? So I explained to Charlie that the Times Square billboard ad is a known scam service. The scammers Photoshop pictures of book covers onto a photo of the Times Square billboard, and they're often very, very poorly Photoshopped photos, right?
And we even interviewed a victim who had that happen. She paid for that service, and she received a clearly Photoshopped picture.
It was so
of
bad.
Her book cover up on Times Square. Yep.
She actually, her name is Jennifer Westacott, and she was on our podcast after getting scammed for a lot of money, not just with that service, but with other ones as well. She posted a video of her doing a presentation on scammers to her local writing group.
And good for her.
Today. It's on YouTube. I'll post a link to that under this episode as well.
She's doing a very, very good job of marketing her book.
Yes, she is.
She's really taking off, and she's following all of our advice, and clearly she's researching how to market her book, and she's doing a great job.
Yeah, she is. She's doing a great job.
Yeah.
She was the victim of the exact same Times Square billboard scam. Yeah, and she talked about it on that podcast episode. I sent that link to Charlie. Charlie just couldn't resist that half price offer. And he they disappear for a while. They come back. He contacted me later with a photo of the poorly photoshopped image the scammer had sent him of his cover on the Times Square billboard. That was never on there. We can't make this stuff up.
Oh. So there was a guy named Brad once upon a time. Brad contacted us after getting scammed by 3 publishing scammers.
Yep.
That's not a typo, folks. 3 of them.
I scammed 3 times over.
He asked us about a 4th. We sent him a detailed list proving beyond any doubt that they were a scam operation.
As well, yeah.
And we told him about BookLocker, which is in its 27th year in the U.S., and has an excellent reputation. We also sent him a link to our article on 11 ways to tell if a publishing offer is a scam. And, and so Brad responded to our email by sending us the names and websites of 4 more scam websites, asking us what we thought about these. He's never going to get the message, so we just responded to with the link to our article again. If he can't figure it out for himself, he's just wasting our time constantly asking us about, what do you think of this one? What do you think of that one?
Yeah, because now we're up to 8 that he's been researching, and we told him, go to BookLocker.
Yeah.
Or use this article to research these companies yourself.
Yep.
And we have to research 8 companies for this one guy.
Well, and that's the thing is, we don't mind, looking at something that you're looking at that you're considering going forward with and giving you the heads up on that. But it's not our job. It's not our livelihood to sit here for free, just spend all day looking up websites for people and finding out whether they're scam and then reporting back to them. That's not our job. That's not how we pay our bills.
We don't make any money at all doing that.
We make no money doing that. So for somebody, I'm sorry, it's just downright rude
Yeah.
to just keep coming back to us, keep coming back to it. We are a business.
Yeah.
We are a publishing business.
And we give everybody the tools to do it themselves.
And we did an entire episode on the podcast about how to work it out on whether or not a website's a scam.
Go through these steps.
We did a written article on how, so that you can sit there with it right next to your computer and go down the list. 11 things you can look for to see and to keep just coming to us. What do you think of this? What do you think of that one? Well, what about this one? What about these 3?
I've had people send me 7, 8, 9, 10 names in one email, 10 website addresses.
You just want to reach to the screen and smack them.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, not my job.
Yeah. Our 11 Ways article, it has links in it.
Exactly.
Go here, click here, do this, click here, do that.
And some people are just lazy. They don't want to do that. They just don't want to do their own research.
Yeah. And I have to tell them, look, I've already looked up all these for you. You know, I have a job to do.
Yeah.
And because I publish books.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to use BookLocker, that's fine. And I don't mind 1, 2, maybe 3, but sending me a list of companies. Yeah. I started thinking, because several authors were doing that over a 2-week period. I was wondering if they were scammers trying to just, clog up the system. Clog up my system, waste my time.
Maybe that's a paid service we ought to offer. Just
what?
Give us your list of websites you want us to research, and we're going to charge you, I don't know, $25 a website.
Well, I think I'd rather just send the 11 ways. But when somebody does send us one of those large lists, I am suspicious that it might be a scammer trying to waste our time. And those are people I just say, this is how you do it.
This is how you do it.
Yep.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Go figure it out on your own.
Brian's teasing. We're not going to charge anybody.
I'm not going to charge anybody to look up websites and determine whether they're a scammer. But
it's kind of tempting for the dumb ones, though.
It's worth $25 to avoid paying $1,500. I mean,
there's that.
I'm just saying. Just saying.
Well, I was going to talk about this later, but let's talk about it right now.
Okay.
All the fake scam recovery services. So if you see a post on Facebook from someone saying, I got scammed out of this much money by such and such company, right under that, and these are all on author groups, on even individual posts on Facebook, but author groups as well, you'll see a ton of messages saying, such and such scam recovery service helped me, and they'll help you too. Here's their link. Well, guess what? They didn't help that person. That is the company posting that spam under the group, okay? Those are all fake. They're not going to help you get your money back. They're going to say, here's how they work. They're going to get your money back for free, but you have to pay them at the end to get a portion of what they get for you, okay? So I read about one that this company claimed they got the guy $10,000 back, but in order to get his 85% of that back, he had to first send them $1,500.
Yeah.
So he sent them $1,500. Of course, they never sent him anything because they're part of the same scam consortium.
Exactly.
Overseas scam. So never pay a scam recovery service because you ain't getting your money back, and they're not getting it back for you either.
Yeah. I mean, I would think if these things were the least bit legit, they would go get your money and then get, but of course,
and take the 15% out and send you what's left over. That's the way it would work.
That's the way it would work. Yeah,
but
you wouldn't have to send them anything,
right? Be surprised how many authors fall for that. Yeah. So Gerald contacted us after the fact, but not really.
After he got scammed. Yeah.
But we had already warned him preemptively, though silently on our end. After getting scammed out of more than $5,000, he emailed us saying that he saw the scammer listed on our website before he signed up. Okay. He Googled it and found the scammer on our website, on our list.
Nobody listens to you.
Nobody listens to me. But he thought we were too harsh on them. Harsh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt sorry for him.
We're too harsh on these scammers.
Oh, yeah. After all, their website looks so professional. And they had a U.S. address. Okay, folks, U.S. addresses are fake.
Yeah.
They're called virtual addresses. We've talked about this many times. If you Google the address, you won't see the name of that company there. If you Google the address with the words virtual office after it, you'll see that people can pay to get mail there.
Yeah.
Okay. They're not really located in the United States. Okay. So he said their website looks so professional and they had a U.S. address. And he was one of those testy authors who write to us. These are my favorite. Okay. Out of the blue, right out of the gate, angry, insisting that we get his money back. I mean, really?
Yeah, that's another service we don't offer. Sorry.
And the fact that they're like, it's not like, can you please help me? It's, you need to get my money back. I need it. You need to contact this company and do your job and get my money back. I'm like, I don't work for you, dude.
Yeah.
And we warned you up front.
Mm-hmm.
It was on the website.
Well, and again, that's just somebody that's delusional, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, we've identified this place. You just decided not to believe it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you lost your money, you just dreamed up this idea that we are in the business of running around getting people's money back from international third world scammers.
Right. Yeah. I guess maybe some people have the idea that journalists work for everybody and that they owe everybody something free for
but
a story or something or what.
Some scammer in Lagos, Nigeria won't care if we write 1,000 articles about him. He's not giving your money back.
Right. You ain't getting your money back. Yep.
So, all right. What are the 4 things to immediately watch out for when someone contacts you about your book?
Now, remember, we have an 11 Ways article, which we'll post a link to under writersweekly.com/podcast, episode 49. Number 1, scammers usually, but not always, but usually use Gmail email addresses. That's the main thing to look out for. That is, if you see that, run. Whether it's a publisher, a marketing company, an editor. Well, some editors that work for themselves use Gmail. But if it's a company that offers professional services to authors, they're not using Gmail. If it's a real company, okay? And scammers use a lot of free services. They're even setting up website on free website hosting services now.
Yeah.
Just, what we call those, amateur scammers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Startups.
Right. Number 2, they will often give you the website of a real company in their email. But if you click to reply to their email, you'll notice the email is not going to that company. So they'll put like HarperCollins.com under their signature, but their website will be like john@hp@gmail.com, making it look like he's there, but he's not. Number 3, they usually insist on payment via bank transfer or through an online payment platform like Zelle or PayPal. By the way, Zelle is full of scammers. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Some even ask for crypto. I can't believe... I don't think I know anybody who's ever used crypto.
No, I don't.
I don't either. But a lot of these companies will say they need crypto.
Apparently there's, a lot of people out there spending crypto on stuff.
Some of the scammers ask for gift cards. Well, if you can't use PayPal, send me a gift card. The fact that anybody would fall for that, it just blows my mind. If
anybody asks you to pay for anything with a gift card, it's time to run.
Right. Yep. Never pay anybody with anything other than a credit card.
Yeah.
Now, otherwise, you're not getting your money back. Now, if you wait too long after making that credit card payment to file a chargeback with your credit card company, you won't get that money back either. It's usually 60 days.
Yeah.
That's why some scammers stretch their services out over several months. They say, we'll get this to you in 2 months. And then, it'll be 2 more months. It'll be another 4 weeks after that. And long past the time when you can file a chargeback.
You can't get the chargeback.
Yep. And they're just dangling that non-existent book in front of the author's nose and playing on their ego.
Now, while we're talking about stretching things out, BookLocker gets a book on the market within a month of the author sending their final file to us. A lot of publishers take a year to do this. Okay, as soon as all the back and forth is done and you get us your final approved file to us, it's a month that we get it to a printer.
Yeah.
And get it on the market. So
we even do many books in less than a month. Some take only 3 weeks. We do offer rush service at 2 weeks, and that includes cover design, everything. 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Not editing. That takes longer.
Yeah, editing takes a while.
But we don't offer in-house editing, but we do have editors we can refer you to.
Yep.
I research potential scammers every day for authors. My email box is full every day, all day long. Whether it's a company claiming to offer all services, or firms only offering marketing services, or even individuals offering editing, ghostwriting, and other publishing services, please don't send anyone money until you contact me. Just don't. Trust me. Thank me later, and you won't have to pay me a penny.
Yeah.
And I charge nothing to research these companies. I can do it very quickly, and I do it because we're able to add the scammers to our list and warn other authors about them.
But don't send us a list of 10 scam or 10 websites.
If you do, you're getting an article and we'll teach you how to do it yourself. I'll just copy and paste it in there. But it probably takes other people a lot longer than me to research a scammer because I know I'm so fast at it now because I'm like ding, 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 click, click, click.
It will take them longer until they've done it maybe 3 or 4 times, and then it comes it's second nature.
Yeah,
and once I started helping you with these things, it took me no time at all to say, oh, wait, there's that. Oh, website, just scroll down a little bit. Oh, there's that. Okay. Yep. He's a scammer. Absolutely. And then it actually kind of becomes fun.
Right.
You start digging into them. Okay. Where's their address? Look it up on a map, Google it. Oh, yep. That's a virtual address.
Yep.
How about that phone number? Reverse search a phone number. And it's, this is involved in hundreds of scams. It's got all kinds of complaints. And you just finding more and more and more information that confirms what you suspect.
Well, we're publishing scammer detectives.
Well, and anybody can learn to do this.
Yeah, right.
And that way you can be 100% confident when you start researching your own websites for publishing thing and realize, okay, yeah, I see that now and I see that and I see that. And oh my gosh, this guy's a scammer. You know?
And there's just a few things you need to look out for and you'll know right away. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Unfortunately, more than 99% of the companies the authors contact us about are scammers.
Yep.
Remember, spammers are scammers. Always remember that. Anybody contacts you unsolicited, it's a scammer.
You got it.
It always is now. Yeah.
We about wrapping this up.
Yeah. We ran out of pizza. What are we going to do?
I'm not sure. Well, okay. So before we go, don't get scammed, folks.
Yeah.
Just come to BookLocker.
Yeah.
It's that simple. BookLocker.com.
Yeah. Look at our reputation online.
Yep.
Got a phenomenal reputation.
And we've been around 27 years. You just don't stay in business that long if you're not treating people right because the word gets out. Did you know that BookLocker.com has existed its entire life online? Yeah. We've never had a brick and mortar store. Or office or anything like that. It's always been online.
Well, I did that because when I started the company, I wanted to be home with my kids because they were little at the time. Yeah. And I wanted all of my employees to be able to be home with their kids when they needed them. Yep. And when COVID came around, we didn't have to change anything.
Exactly.
We didn't have to close an office.
Nope.
We
just kept plugging away.
When I started running BookLocker, I never had to wear pantyhose again. I never had to buy a conference table. All the meetings were done online. We were way ahead of our time. Yeah. And when you see our address online, it's the local post office box. Yes, it is. Yeah. But we're actually located in Trenton, Georgia. And if you look hard enough, you'll figure that out. Yep. Yeah.
We just drive down the mountain and go right there and pick up our mail.
We don't give people a fake, New York City high-rise number.
We don't try to make ourselves sound
those virtual
bigger
offices.
Than we are. Yeah.
Some are like, I saw one today in St. Petersburg. I've seen this a lot. 400 something Street, St. Petersburg. It's right near the marina we used to live in. Yeah. Suite number 17,358 or so. I mean, it was just ridiculous. It's because it's a mail center. Yeah. Anyway, we have a real address.
Here's why I mentioned us being online all this time, because if we were doing things the wrong way, the reviews online would have crushed us long ago.
Yeah. Right.
And you're just not going to find negative reviews on us. We got a 5-star rating with Better Business Bureau.
Yeah, we got
A+ rating. I forget how they rate.
It's a 5-star rate.
5-star.
Well, crap.
Better Business Bureau does A+ rate. Does letter ratings.
Yes, we got an A+ rating, but the ratings that the people give us for reviews are 1 to 5 stars.
Well, yeah,
but we have all 5-star ratings on a Better Business Bureau website. And they're actually very detailed. Yeah. And sometimes the Better Business Bureau removes an author's book title from their review, but sometimes they don't. Mm-hmm. And if they do review us, I go in and add their book title when I respond to the review, hoping the Better Business Bureau will leave that in there so people can, go buy the author's book. Yeah.
So, I mean, we're a trusted company. So instead of fishing around trying to figure out whether companies are scams or not, come to the people you're listening to right here, right now on this podcast. BookLocker.com. Our prices are absolutely reasonable. We'll treat you right. Your book will be up in 1 month after you get us your final files on the market, ready to sell. Mm-hmm. So BookLocker.com. or you can go to publishing/booklocker.com.
Publishing.booklocker.com.
Publishing.booklocker.com.
Brian's looked at too many dots and slashes today.
I've been dot slash this, that, anyway. And when you click on that contact us button on booklocker.com and you send us an email asking us questions, that goes straight to Angie.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking right away without ever paying a penny to the president of the company. Now, how many publishing companies do you think that's happening in?
We're able to do that because we don't accept every book coming over the e-transom.
Yeah.
We're selective about what we publish, but even if we're not your publisher, I'll still help you. And if you go to writersweekly.com, and again, if you don't want to use BookLocker, that's fine. Don't send me a list of 10 scammers. How about 1 or 2? Yeah, that's totally fine. And I'll help you for free. Happy to do it.
All right. So come to booklocker.com. We'll treat you right. And this pretty much wraps it up for this episode. So
I just hit myself in the head. There was a moth.
I thought you were trying to give me some signal. I'm like, we haven't done that one before. What was that all about?
Slapped my headphones.
That's a bug bothering you. Okay.
All right.
Y'all, we'll see you again next time on the Writers Weekly podcast. Goodbye, Angela.
Bye, y'all.